Hello, people. How's it going? Welcome to stream. Welcome. Monday, 8th of December. Hope everyone's had a fantastic start of the week. But Arsenal, they don't stop. Arsenal don't stop in 2 days. Yes, on Wednesday, we play against Club Brugge away. A game that technically means a lot, technically speaking, means nothing to a certain degree. Let's be real if we are putting it that way. But yeah, at the end of the day, will we rotate? What's going to happen? All the injuries that are flying around. It's actually a mad one. Arsenal's season are on the brink of derailing to a certain degree. Let's just put it that way. So we're going to talk about all that today. We're going to look at some other bits and bobs here or there. And of course, let's not forget, Arteta is under quite a bit of a pressure, to say the least, given the circumstances. So smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. 4 subs away from the big 1,000. And of course, don't forget to leave your thoughts down in the live chat so we can tackle them, we can discuss them, and we can definitely have some extra topics. Big up Mubarak. Well, despite Arsenal want to be on top of Champions League, Arteta must rest players. Exactly. Arteta must rest players. He must rest Declan Rice, Bukayo, Trossard. Trossard's injured, so by the looks of things still, so might not even not play. Simba, he must rest. The thing is, we cannot even rest certain players because defensively, it's pretty much impossible for Arsenal to rest anyone because Saliba is out, Gabriel is out, Mosquera is out. So at the end of the day, we have White, Simba, Hincapié, Calafiori. But even though Calafiori as well, he was seen limping off the pitch at the end of the game a tiny bit. So I don't know how that's going to go. And of course, Miles Lewis Skelly. So defensively, the rotation options are actually quite, well, minimal, if none, to a certain degree. Let's just put it that way. Midfield definitely must rotate. Attack, of course, must rotate. We must do lots of stuff. We definitely must do lots of stuff. Big up Kwaja. Big up Kwaja. Hope you're doing well today, my brother. Smash the likes and subscribe. Listen to Kwaja, people. Now, Arsenal Arteta under pressure. It's true. 6 years, he has best squad. Yeah. No excuses. No goddamn excuses. Giving Odegaard the man of the match by Martin Keown was, how, why, what, one. Go figure. You can ask any type of question, but 100% your answer for the man of the match would not be Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard, basically, to even get the man of the match, had to a tiny bit above average game, or just an average game compared to his standards. Let's just put it that way. He didn't have to put a foot wrong, and he did that. Hence why he got man of the match. And ironically enough, he got the man of the match, and half a minute later, we can see the goal that brought us to our demise. Let's just put it that way. So definitely, it was not great. Definitely, it was not great, to say the least. Big up yous! Big up punks! Big up punks! Hope you're doing well. Big up, brother. Keep pushing. Enjoy the show. It's one of those things you never want to miss. Let's be real. Especially, like, for me personally, like, let's just say, if nobody came to my shows as a kid, I'm definitely going to be there for my kids. So they just don't feel left out. Because always when I go to these things and I see there are kids without parents and nobody has shown up, definitely kind of, let's just put it that way, a small part of me dies inside to a tiny bit. But obviously different circumstances, different stuff. But yeah, it is a bit of a different one. Big up, Abs. Big up. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. Hope everything's fine with you. Go subscribe to Views, people. Go subscribe to Waffle Dawn as well. Go show them some love. Go show them some support with likes, comments on videos. Hype them up and all that good stuff, of course. Go show them some appreciation, people. And don't forget, the invitation always stands. If you want to jump on, just let me know and we're going to go from there, of course, people. But yeah. What we're going to kick things off today is the FA Cup. The FA Cup. Let's just put it that way. Something light, something easy to start the day off with. It's the FA Cup. Arsenal know their opponents, and it's official. In the FA Cup, Arsenal will face Portsmouth. Arsenal are going to face Portsmouth away. Away, it will be a bit interesting one, what we're going to do there. But definitely, we are facing Portsmouth, a team we should be beating with our eyes closed, even with our second squad, third squad. But you can never be certain. Last year, you saw that Liverpool were flying high and Plymouth eliminated them from the FA Cup. So you never, ever know. And it's going to be a tricky one without shadow of a doubt. Will be interesting to how we do these things. Of course, Portsmouth. When do Arsenal play Portsmouth? That is the next big question I have. When Arsenal do play Portsmouth? It hasn't been determined yet, or am I tripping here? Arsenal play Bruges, Wolves, Everton, Palace, of course. It hasn't been fully determined yet, apparently. Right? Portsmouth versus... When is it scheduled? Portsmouth versus Arsenal. January 10th. January 10th. So exactly pretty much in a month, Arsenal are facing Portsmouth in the FA Cup. Hopefully we win. Let's just put it that way. Hopefully we can get it over the line and we get a result, to say the least, because otherwise it's not gonna be pretty. It definitely is not gonna be pretty. In some unrelated news, Salah has been left out for Liverpool for the game in Champions League against Atalanta, I think. Even more to that, to be honest, if Real Madrid don't win against Man City this week in Champions League, Alonso is getting sacked. And Real Madrid are looking at, and you never gonna guess it, Jurgen Klopp as his replacement, which is even more nuts to think about. Let's just put it that way. Big up PW, big up Peter. Hope everything's fine with you today. Big up Hendon as well. Portsmouth versus Arsenal, relief for us. You say relief for us, right? But the FA Cup magic, the underdog story, everyone will want to see that. Everyone is gonna basically root for our downfall even more. Let's be real. Hope we get a team in the fourth round from the Championship or League One. See, you already are saying we are in the fourth round. One game at a time. We cannot get too overzealous with this stuff. I'm not gonna lie, because if we think too far ahead, we might be left behind. Let's just put it that way, for the lack of a better word. Which plan Arteta have in January? Well, he has the waffle plan. He's just gonna speak waffles, sign no one, and we're gonna go from there. Big up Cooper. Big up Cooper. Love the profile picture. Love the Napoli badge and all that good stuff. But yeah, there is some other news. Apparently, Arsenal's soft tissue therapist, Manuel Marcelo Ribeiro, has departed the club. Not sure what does that mean for us, but we move. Apparently, he has decided to step away from professional football to kickstart his own business venture. Where, I have no idea, but it looks like it's going to be a big one for him. And good luck him with that. I'm not going to lie. Good luck him on that venture as well, to say the least. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, how we're going to go about things. But there is one image I want to talk about, because this will going to tie into big part of the stream where we're going to talk about rotations, woes, and all this good stuff. Basically speaking, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players who have spoken in over the last year or so about Mikel Arteta, about Arsenal's training regime, and how everything feels. And you definitely can see a pattern here when we're going to talk about injuries, when we talk about players getting overplayed, overexhausted, and, well, basically everything that comes with that. And first one is Ben White. Ben White last year said this: the training is harder than the game, actually. Double sessions, gym work straight after pitch sessions, it's non-stop. Good start, good start. Aaron Ramsdale, remember him? Added on top of that: I have never been this fit in my life, but I also never been this tired. Pre-season under Mikel Arteta is brutal. Declan Rice then said the same year after the first preseason when he just joined Arsenal: I thought I was coming in fit from West Ham. I wasn't ready for this level of intensity. Legs were gone after day 3. Gabriel Magalhaes, the guy who is currently out, who had an ACL, last year said this: we run more in training than in matches sometimes. The GPS numbers in some sessions are crazy. It says a lot. Then anonymous senior player said to The Athletic, anonymous, this says it all, because person doesn't want to basically show who he is, so he's not in Arteta's dark books. Let's just put it that way. He'll make you do a full session again. Yes, you heard it right. Again. If the intensity drops even 5%, there is no hiding place. And the recent one, Jurriën Timber, this year, while he was on the after rehab, during the rehab, and on training, even when I was injured, I had to be in at the training ground at 7 a.m., by the way, for the gym and analysis. The demands never stop. And this is just a small, tiny inkling of how Arsenal players are, well, basically treated by Mikel Arteta, what the training is doing to them. And and there is a very big pattern developing why we get these injuries. Because everyone is saying pretty much that actually the training is more excruciating than the game. We run more than in the games. We play more than in the games. We are more physical in the training than we are in the games. And let's now track back to this start of the year of 2025 when Havertz got injured in the training. Fair weather training, Dubai, and all this stuff, he did an ACL. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, especially when you hear, oh, this player had a knock, oh, this player had this, oh, this player had that, especially talking about also Hincapié and all these players who have gotten injured in the training, you kind of can see why Arsenal are in these situations. And this is, again, on no one else than Mikel Arteta. Because for every single player, it mentioned that it was Arteta. It was his training regime. It was his methods and everything that are 10 times tougher pretty much than the actual game. And now when you play the game, after all this exhaustion, all this torment to a certain degree, is it even a surprise that the injuries are happening? If you include also no player management, no rotation, no nothing, is that even a surprise for you all? And that is one big issue, one massive issue, if you are an Arsenal fan and if you are a player who is playing under super duper Mick, the jellyhead Mikel Arteta, to say the least. Let's just put it that way. Big up Marlon, Arteta out. We'll see. Arsenal will play Portsmouth in the cursed third white kit as well. Oh my goodness gracious. It could actually be the case that we play against this white against the stabbings and all this stuff in London kit in the third round. And what is Arsenal's record in the white kit? Let's check this quickly. Arsenal's record in this all white kit, which is no more red and all this stuff, is 1 win, 2 losses. They lost to Forest, that infamous game. They won against Oxford, and they lost to Liverpool. It's going well. Definitely, it is going well. Big up, Ryan. I'm happy we'll get some new medical stuff. Well, we'll see about that one, Chief. Saliba is back, hopefully, unless he's rushed back because Arteta has nobody to play at center back. That is another big thing. Don't be surprised that certain players get rushed back if we're starting to run out of options, in the defense especially. Worst manager of all football history. Why can't the players join up and demand the board to sack him, or they go on strike and don't play matches? Well, yes, man. On all this stuff. What they gonna do? He's just gonna play him again till he gets back injured. Yeah, basically. Exactly. So he's basically tricks them into being yes men. Exactly. People act like this injury crisis is 1 in a million, but in every sport like American football, basketball, baseball, etc., the more you train than you should or play too much, you get injured. Exactly. It's overexhaustion. You overdo, basically. How long players can do their performances when they're running on fumes? How long? Because there's just certain amount of energy, focus, anything you can take from your body until your body looks at it and says, well, I can't do this shit anymore. I give up. And something happens. It's a hamstring, it's an ACL, it's a knee, it's an ankle. It is something. It's just a matter of time at the end of the day. And definitely, it's not a pre-watch. And ironically enough, under Mikel Arteta, it happens way too often. It's usually very similar type of injuries like muscular or ACLs and stuff like that. It's usually the same ones, ankles, knees. It's not great. It's not great. It definitely is not great. How don't the players just... I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Literally, like Özil didn't have no problems to square up against Unai Emery and say that I will be here and you will be long gone. But these guys have literally no backbone if they are sick of it. But to some degree, if players are not doing anything about it, they might not be sick of it as well. Let's be real. They might just accept it. Don't struggle, just accept it. And all this stuff. It might also be that at the end of the day. Maybe they like that torture. What I'm guessing is Jokres said, fuck, what do you want me to do? I will play on how to sell it. It's weird. Just like Jaden Daniels came back from injury, like a bad injury, but he came back. Then this game over the weekend, he's out for the season. Yeah. The second Sting quarterback has also got injured. Yeah. It's always like that. It's always like that. And then you have Arsenal fans saying, oh, the ACLs grow back stronger. Yeah, literally. You rip off all the tissue from the bone and that tissue goes back stronger. In which universe does that ever happen? Has ever happened? And all this stuff. Because if that was the logic, all the footballers, all the sportsmen in the world who have ever gotten ACL injuries should be pretty much indestructible at the end of the day. They all should be Iron Man or Hulk or something like that. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It literally makes zero sense overall. Because they take after their captain Odegaard soft, yeah. Because if you look at the ladder of how this goes, the players are basically replicate the captain. The captain replicates the manager, and the manager replicates the ownership. If we have hopes that maybe ownership are doing some things with signing Berta, Michelin, and all these guys, after that, it all stops. Like it's cut with an axe, just bang. That's it. Because Odegaard is 100% perfect replicator of Arteta. The whole squad is the perfect reflection of Mikel Arteta. Many times, spineless and gutless. No winning mentality and panic settings. They don't know what to do. They literally don't know what to do. And ironically enough, the only player who actually has shown that he knows what to do is Declan Rice. And he showed that against Real Madrid, which he did it more often. Because the whole team said him to cross it. Odegaard told him to cross it. Arteta told him to cross it. Jover told him to cross it. Then Bukayo Saka comes up to the free kick and Declan Rice whispers to him, well, you know what? I'm feeling it. I'm going to take the shot. And Saka just said, well, if you're feeling it, do it. That is the big thing. And this was just like disobedience is obviously not a great thing at the end of the day because it could lead you in loads of trouble. But in this stage, disobeying of what Mikel Arteta was saying actually brought us to the semifinals of Champions League last year. Obviously, we got smoked there, but that's a different story. Like, let's be real. The players won't turn on Arteta because they're fear losing their place, job, and all that big money. Yeah, but it kind of goes both ways, doesn't it? Because if players turn on Arteta, right, and the players lose their jobs, there will be teams who are going to take those players. Let's be real. Gabriel, Saliba, Eze, all these players will find jobs like that, even Timber and all these men, right? The thing is, if you look at it from this point of view as well, the ownership, Kroenkes, and all this stuff, since it's a business, a money-based business, they cannot afford to lose these players. Because who on earth is going to come watch Arsenal under 21s play football in Premier League? Let Arsenal draw Barcelona in Champions League, right? Round of 16, for example. Who is going to come watch someone like Richards, Sago Jr. to play against Barcelona, right? Because people will come to watch Barcelona more than Arsenal at the end of the day. The seats would be empty, to say the least. Let's be real. We even struggle to feel sometimes Emirates when we play the lower-end teams. And when we play the lower-end times of cups, lower league types of cups. When we play against these teams at home, when we play these Portsmouth, Yeovil Towns, Carringtons, Ackernage, and all these teams, when we play at home, we struggle to feel it. And now imagine under 21's play. It's going to be even more empty. Like, it kind of could go both ways. Yeah, people, smash the likes and subscribe if you haven't already. Trossard, the only one who stands up to him and calls him out. Maybe Trossard is injured. He came on, injured, scored a goal, and then he got taken off. He's the only one. He is the best finisher in the team. Whether you like it or not, Trossard is the most clinical finisher in the team. Based on his performances and the goal tally and everything he's doing. Trossard alone calls, maybe. ACLs never go exactly. It is a ligament, effectively dead tissue, no regenerative qualities, exactly. But there are top Gooners who say that they grow back stronger. Somehow, for some weird reason, Arsenal players are like lizards. They grow all it back, and it's 10 times stronger. It's like bone, where it basically grows back, or the broken bone fixes itself, right? Grows back together. It's stronger there. Odegaard has 1 assist, so completely understand why he benched Eze after his hat-trick. Yep, basically, he needs his Captain Marvelous, to succeed somehow. You miss all your shots you don't take. Exactly. When Gretzky said that, Michael Jordan said that, the greats of the game said that. Let's be real. You miss all your shots you don't take. Ironically enough, with most Arsenal players, you miss all of your shots you also take, which is the even more infuriating part. But even then, you would love to see Arsenal take some shots, because we don't even do that at times. Many clubs, yeah, they would want many of our players. Big up Stockholm Gooner. Hope you're doing well today, brother. Barcelona and Gyökeres, he could have went there, yeah, but he chose us. Yeah, go figure why. At this stage, looking at how we're playing, go figure why. Genuinely, go figure why. And took a pay cut, he should be treated better. Yeah, he should. Well, yeah. It means players reach on the game with, and they are, yeah. Trossard is him in Belgium sniped for a reason. Yeah, Arteta back. Can anyone name one attacker that got better under Mikel Arteta? Attacker, no. Midfielder, yes. Genuinely. I cannot name a single attacker who has gotten better under Mikel Arteta, but I can name a midfielder who has gotten better under Mikel Arteta. And obviously the answer most likely won't surprise you. Maybe it will. Personally. Some Gooners were preparing to a hamstring surgery repair, making the hamstring stronger than before. And of course, that's exactly. That's the nuts part. That is the nuts part. Hamstring repairs, yes, it's repaired. But is it as good as a fresh hamstring? No, it's not. In which universe does that make any sense? Like, you basically chug it back up, you weld it a tiny bit, you put some isolation tape on it. Oh my God, he's better than anything. It's not. It's worse. It's always a liability. You always are worried that in that same spot, it's going to break again. Always. It's the weak spot. It's the Achilles heel for anyone there. Who? Merino. Ironically enough, Merino. Because whether you want to admit it or not, Merino at striker is actually better than he is at midfield for Arsenal. So for me personally, he has improved Merino, technically speaking. A position where Merino has never played in his life. All is well here. Big up. Yeah, Emery schooled Arteta. Yeah, the man is bad on in-game management. Yeah, 100% he's bad. He's poor, very poor. And it's not the first time Emery has schooled Arteta. Remember when we finished 2 points behind City, he schooled us 2-0 at home when Arteta decided to play Havertz in the midfield. And let's not forget Villarreal game in semifinals of Europa League. He schooled him there too. They beat us 2-1 at, I don't remember now, El Madrigal or whatever the stadium was at the time. And then they came to Emirates, played 0-0. Go figure. How other coaches do their training. No, it looks like better. Genuinely looks like better. Literally looks like they're doing it better. Because they still get injuries, don't get me wrong, but they don't get the same injuries to the same extent. They don't get the same injuries over and over and over again. Because it cannot be a coincidence that we get about, let's just say, 10 players a season injured, if not more, right? And 90% of those injuries are the same kind, pretty much. Muscular, hamstrings, or something like that. It's always the same. Can you imagine the meltdown should Arsenal fail to beat Wolves at the weekend? Oh, I would not be surprised. Arsenal have this weird, let's just say, signature move, for lack of a better word, that they really want to be Santa Claus FC. Remember back in the day when Wenger was here, even whenever he was here, and even when Arteta has been here for 6 years, Arsenal have this ability to be Santa Claus FC. Many times, teams that are not winning enough, they're on losing streaks. They cannot get points to save their lives. They come to Emirates, or we go to their stadium, and they beat us. It hasn't happened just once. It happens quite a bit. Mikel Arteta on Mosquera's injury, he's going to be out for weeks, unfortunately. It's much more than what we expected, but the player was feeling it. So he's going to be out for weeks, yeah. 6 to 8 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks Mosquera is out. Saka is not the player he was. Nowhere close. He has no pace, and he's struggling, yeah. Never takes anyone on, never passes, and has become very selfish, yeah. Saka tends to take some players on occasionally, but in recent times, yeah, especially since he's come back from this injury from last December, right? He's been very selfish. How many times he has had a chance to pass the ball for a tap in into empty net, and he decides to shoot? Against Brentford, it was prime example. He had an easy pass to Gyökeres to tap it into empty net. He decided to shoot, and he got lucky that Kelleher's hands were not strong enough, and that the defender could not get to the line in time to clear it off the line at the end of the day. He's very selfish, and it's not just once, it happens quite a bit. He's not doing the dribbling between 3, 4, 5 players like he used to do. Oh, but he gets doubled, tripled up. I'm sorry, Max Daumann, when he was playing on the right wing, when he came on as a sub, he also got doubled and tripled up. And he took them on. And guess what? He actually beat them. Saka barely can beat one man when he's defending him. Max Daumann could beat 2, 3. Might as well say Saka is injured. He's finished. It's with Saka, it's very uncomfortable discussions, to say the least. Very, very uncomfortable discussions, to say the least. But yeah, it's not looking great. It definitely is not looking great. And in my opinion, Arteta at the moment should be under immense amount of pressure. We are dropping points. We are losing. Well, you get what I mean with that. City have closed the gap. City are pretty much on the same points as us, let's be real. Aston Villa are only 3 points behind us. Only saving grace is the fact that we are top of Champions League. But let's be real. In group stages, it means nothing at the end of the day. Because Liverpool finished first last year, and look what happened to them. Finishing first in Champions League means nothing. And our Arsenal are the only team that is currently unbeaten in Champions League, by the way. So don't be surprised that Arteta is not gonna rotate a lot for the game against Club Brugge, just so he can boost his ego and retain that statement that he can read in newspapers. Arsenal beat Club Brugge and still are unbeaten in Champions League. Don't be surprised if that happens. Club Brugge just sacked their manager today or yesterday. They will have an interim manager for our game. Let's see how that works out. I think Eze was poor, the worst player on the field against Villa. Oh, 100%, one of the worst, if not the worst. Eze is not a left winger. He is not a touchline winger. Anyone who plays left wing for Arsenal currently, maybe minus Trossard a tiny bit, is becoming a touchline winger. And none of those who played there, a.k.a. Martinelli, a.k.a. Madueke, a.k.a. Eze, none of them are touchline wingers. based on their skill set, based on how they're playing, based on how they're used to play, and based on what we can see them when they play for other teams, and even for Arsenal to a certain degree, they are not the ones. They are not the ones. Without shadow of a doubt, they are not the ones. They are not the ones. Arsenal better not pay Saka 300. Oh, don't worry. It will happen. It will happen. It will happen. It will happen. Don't worry. We could be on that. We genuinely could be on that. Because then if Saka gets 300 grand, how are we going to do anything with that? How are we going to do anything with that? Can anyone explain this to me? How are we going to do anything with that? Because we won't be able to sell him, push comes to shove. That is another uncomfortable discussion people are not ready to have as of yet, because Saka is the most loved player at the club by the looks of things and everything. And yeah, it's not looking great, is it? Definitely not looking great. It's not looking great at all, to say the least. Give me a second. Uno momento, por favor. Yeah, here we go. But yeah, Eze is the number 10. Yeah, Eze is a 10. Yeah. Arsenal better not offer Saka a new contract. We'll be stuck with a croc. That is the biggest worry right now. Based on his performances, injuries, and everything, it definitely won't be great, to say the least. Henry talks football. Oh, bloody hell. It's the biggest clickbait. But if you had the opportunity to make money from Arsenal fans, I would do it too. Yeah, but I don't know. Like, selling out, especially as a Spurs fan, like, the integrity is gone. Let's be real. United won nothing up to on Wolves. Fernandes with a fluky goal. Well, it is what it is. True, he is a 10. But for God's sake, do your job on the field, even if you're not on your right position. Yeah, I get that. The thing is, with Arteta's tactics, he cannot. With what Arteta is asking the wingers to do, they cannot express themselves. They are boxed in, and they are screwing it all up. So they cannot do it. They cannot be themselves. They cannot be useful. They cannot show what they're got at the end of the day. Honestly, we'll say Saka for his past performance. Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's been carrying the team on his shoulders for the last 3.5 years and all this stuff. It will be just on the past memories. Moments FC and Memories FC. History Channel, Museum FC. That's what we're going to be. Again, that's all we have, to be honest, at the moment. Because the only things we have are museum quality. The Premier League, Carabao Cup, and let's not talk about Champions League even, and an FA Cup. Big up, Johnny. Big up, Johnny. Hope you're doing well today, brother. Hope the week has started great for you. He don't have the spin, and yeah, past performance that, because it's gonna, the past performance is from, let's just say, 3 years ago, 100%. It's been shown, yeah, exactly. Eze wasn't poor, as people say, but I think Eze was poor against Aston Villa. He was very poor, to say the least. He was a wet wipe on the pitch at the end of the day. But you got to make money somewhere. True. Respect the hustle, I guess, at the end of the day. At the same time, selling out and basically going against all the principles at the end of the day. Not it. Not least for me. It's called, it's Chicago, Windy City. Come on, Windy City. Let's do this. Chicago. But yeah, anyways, Club Brugge. It's going to be a rough one. It's going to be interesting to see how they play with the new manager. Well, interim manager, let's just put it that way, because as we just talked about, they sacked today their main manager. Let's be real. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play. There's nothing much to talk about. Only thing I want is for Arteta to rotate. The issue with that is, defensively, we don't have much room to rotate in, do we? We're going to get into that in a split second. Our museum could be everyone's torn hamstrings. That's a medical museum. Museum of Medicine, or specifically hamstring edition. Like a specific exhibit. Like only hamstrings and only Arsenal. That definitely could be a thing. And let's be real, top Gooners would pay big money to see that as well, ironically enough. Cannot escape it, and you won't escape it as well. Anyhow, where are we? Here we go. Starting 11 for Club Brugge. Starting 11 for Club Brugge. Sorry, for Arsenal against Club Brugge. So, are we rotating the whole 11? Or what are we doing here? Are we rotating the whole 11? Because I wouldn't be against it. We are first in the Champions League. We have 15 points. We haven't lost a game. And if not now, then when? If not now, then when? Saying that, we said the same about Brentford. We said about this countless games throughout the season, last year and year before. If not now, when we gonna rotate? We have been saying this for the longest time. Let's be real. No, we won't. We won't and we should not. We won't and we should not. Leave Kivior in Portugal. Leave him be. Let him move there. And with the buy option and everything, let him be. Let's put Kepa in goal. Because what was the point in signing Kepa in the first place? How many games has Kepa played this season? I literally feel like one. How many games has Kepa played this season for Arsenal? 2 games. Kepa has played 2 games for Arsenal this season, both of them in Carabao Cup full 90s. That's about it. That's about it. Now, defense is the one. Defense is the one where, well, we have not much room, do we? It has to be Ben White. And the big question about Ben White for me is, how long till Ben White gets injured once again? Because right now, with the injuries, he's just not in the best of forms. He is gonna get tasked to play full 90 for almost every single game until we have all center backs back. That is another thing. That is another thing. So it's gonna be a very interesting one. How long can he survive? And I kid you not, how long can he survive? Not even play, do things, but survive. In the biggest essence of the word survive. I guess Hinkapie goes left center back. Saliba or Timber? Saliba or Timber for the right center back? Apparently Saliba is back. Allegedly. Go figure. Haven't seen anything yet. Haven't seen anything yet of Saliba being back. So it will be interesting. Let me check. Let's check this. Is Saliba back? Is Saliba back? Saliba is back in training. French center back has returned to full training and will travel with the squad to Belgium. And you just know that he is going to start. Don't you? You just know that Saliba is going to start. You just know it. You just know it. The next question is for left back. Next question is for left back, because with the left back spot, it's a bit different. I think Kwaja mentioned this, that after the game against Villa, he was seen limping off the pitch. How serious is that limp? Plus, he has a too many yellow, so he won't be able to play against Wolves. He won't be able to play against Wolves as well, which is going to be very, very, very interesting. That's the thing. I wouldn't play him as well, but with Timber, with Saliba, you just know that Timber also needs a rest and everything, because Saliba could actually be a sub. Saliba could be subbed on. Let's just put it that way. Saliba definitely could be subbed on. I would go Skelly left back. Screw Timber. Screw Yuri and Timber, play Skelly. Exactly, Camden. Exactly. Now, midfield. And I haven't changed formation. What a mutant am I? There we go. Norgard in the 6. Norgard in the 6. Let's do this, boys. Norgard in the 6. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Max Dauman. I'm not gonna lie, I will start Gyökeres because he needs game practice. That's the whole only reason I would start. Let's just put it out. Skelly as a left back, warm him up for Wolves. Yeah. 100%. 100%. We'll warm him up for Wolves, especially since Calafiori cannot play against Wolves. 100%. Now the thing is, who is gonna play right wing? Is it left wing? Sorry, Martinelli. Who is playing left wing? Who is playing left wing? Gyökeres, to be honest, he must play striker. He needs to score goals because he has been useless. He's utter garbage. He has come back from injury. He needs game time and he needs to adjust. 100%. 100%. You do realize I have Vanieri in the 10, right? People, you do realize I have Vanieri in the 10. I cannot play Vanieri left wing. Huh. Jesus is not even registered. Is he registered for the Champions League? He's not even registered for Champions League, at least for now, I think. Yeah, maybe Marley Salmon. Maybe. But you know Arteta, though. You know Arteta. That is the biggest thing. You know Arteta, and you just know that his ego will not allow him to play these youngsters. Like Murray Salmon, Sago Jr., the guys who have not played for the main squad almost, well, at all, let's be real. He will want to try and maintain a 18 points out of 18 possible. He will try and maintain that. So who is playing left wing? Because I totally... Oh, Martinelli, sorry, no. Trossard. Maybe Madueke? Maduki? Maybe that? Maybe? This could be the case. This could be. I'm not gonna lie. Would not mind this starting 11 tomorrow. Just putting it out there. Well, not tomorrow, on Wednesday. Arteta's up for fail. Yeah. To be honest, we speak about these rotations, right? Just wait. Because if he doesn't rest Declan Rice right now, he's never going to rest him, is he? Second of all, more and more fans in the media are talking about resting Declan Rice. Even AFTV are talking about this. So just to keep up the appearances, there is a possibility that Mikel Arteta actually might rest him, just so next time somebody asks him when we're going to rest Rice, he said, well, I just rested him against Club Brugge. So he has some sort of a cop-out. There also could be that. Big up Eros. Mikel Music in the building. Big up Eros. Hope you're doing well today, brother. But yeah, I don't even know in those terms. I'd rest Rice, same for the Bruges and Wolves. Yeah, to be honest, I would give Declan Rice a week off. Literally, I would give Declan Rice a week off. Yeah. I would give Declan Rice a week off until we play Everton. I would not be against that. Full on would not be against that. In those terms. Give Declan Rice a rest. He 100% deserves it. Without shadow of a doubt, he deserves it. The thing is, though, I don't see this happening. Like, this would be my 11, yeah. Timber, Rice, Saka should not travel to... Yeah, they shouldn't, but they will. They might even start. Let's be real. Big up AFC always. As I said just a few seconds ago, Arsenal are 5 games, 5 wins in Champions League. For Arteta's ego, he will want to maintain that and go 6-4-6. Which means, at the end of the day, that there's a big possibility that some of the main guys will start the game. That is the biggest issue here. That is the biggest issue here. We should have an Academy 11 and Gyökeres. Never going to happen. We should, but we won't. And we don't even need that, to be honest. We can play Dauman, Madueke. We can play Vanjeri. We have players to play. Besides the defensive line, we have players to play that almost never get played in the team. Or when they do get played, they don't play important minutes or out of position, if we are looking at it from that point of view. But yeah, Dauman is for me at right wing. 100%. For me, Max Dauman is at right wing. I have that. We love to give Everton early Christmas presents around this time of year. We do. And we might do that even against Wolves. Let's not forget that even. Arsenal have this Santa Claus FC type of situation going on. Because whenever teams are struggling, they're struggling to put together a decent performance, a decent win, and stuff like that, especially relegation candidates. At some point, Arsenal turn up and says, well, Merry Christmas. Here's the odd win. Like, Arsenal tend to do that. We have done it before, so don't be surprised if Arsenal do it again. That is the other big thing regarding Arsenal, if you're looking at it from that point of view. Would you play Kepa? Yeah, this is the starting 11. This is my predicted starting 11 AFC always. I would not mind seeing this 11. Just putting it out there. Would not mind seeing this starting 11. Is Arteta trying to win the Champions League and really not looking for... I think he's looking at both. And hence why the Carabao Cup, FA Cup might take a secondary role, which is the biggest issue here. The closer Man City are going to be to us, or Man City are gonna be ahead of us before we play Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup, the bigger are the chances Arteta might throw one of these cups in the bin. There's a possibility of that happening as well. The more pressure mounts, the more Arteta is gonna try and cut the losses, bigger fish to fry, and all this stuff that's going around. I just put it that way. This 11 will do the job against Brugge. This should. 100% it should, but will it? That's the other big issue. They gave Barcelona a run for their money. They should have beaten Barcelona, to be honest, and that wasn't a foul on Ter Stegen or Szczesny, whoever was in goal, for the 4th goal, ironically enough. So Club Brugge at home are definitely one of those that is going to be difficult to handle. Definitely going to be difficult to handle. Thanks. Thank you. Big up, Doctor. Big up, Le Doctor. Big up, Le Doctor. I beg the theater instructor Binal that comes for the Champions League just to ball it in the final. That would be poetic as you could get. Would surely get him sacked. It wouldn't, because we got to the final. Remember, Mikel Arteta said, every year aim for going one step forward. One step forward from last year when we finished in semifinals in Champions League is, well, what? Final of Champions League. Let's not forget that. It goes those ways too. Bigger fish to fry, man. Robbie will never get a break for... Nah, he's definitely not. Nor he should, to be honest. Nor he should. Big up, Doctor. Big up, Le Doctor. Big up, big up, big up, big up. But yeah, I don't see Arsenal rocking up to this game with under 21s. I generally don't with Salmon, Sago Jr., Josh Nichols, and all these players. I can see Arteta using his main 11. Not main 11, but the players he has in his senior squad. And if we are lucky, and that is a big if to say the least, he will play Vanieri and Dalman as starters. Unfortunately, I can see that Saka is going to start, Odegaard or Eze is going to start, and maybe even Declan Rice is going to start the game. Sadly. That for me is the biggest issue here. Oh, Wolves have scored. Holy moly. Yeah, Wolves 1-1 against United. Bellegarde has made it 1-1. Fantastic. United in the bin again. United in the bin again. Let's just put it that way. But yeah. What are your predictions for the Club Brugge game, by the way, people? What are your predictions for the Club Brugge game? Do you think we're going to win comfortably? Or do you think we might suffer our first loss in the Champions League? What do you feel? How you're looking at this? Seriously, how you're looking at this overall? Do you think we're going to do anything? Do you think they're going to do anything? What a cross. What a goal by Bellegarde. Nice reactions. Very good reactions from Bellegarde. I'm not going to lie. Very good reactions from Bellegarde to make it 1-1. That's a really, really good finish of balance and stretching to the ball. Watch Wolves pull up on us. Oh, they will. That for me is the biggest worry. We're going to be Santa Claus FC. We're going to be Santa Claus FC at the end of the day. You know how Arsenal have done this over the years on occasion? When team is heavily struggling, relegation candidates and all this stuff, they barely can string 2 goals or 1 goal a game together. Then they come to play against Arsenal and bang, they score 3 goals. Arsenal make them look like prime Barcelona in 2009 or 2010 and they win everything. Like, would not be surprised about that as well. It depends if Arteta gets... Nah, he's not. He's going to be here till the end of the season. Big up, Jack Reacher. Big up. I addressed this already, but what are your thoughts on Odegaard? Bin him, sell him, and get him as far from the club as possible. Best way, economy class, send him back to Faroe Islands. Seriously, just send him back to Faroe Islands. Even Real Madrid didn't want him. But he's the captain, so he is gonna get a special glazy treatment. Probably Arteta dips him in the hot chocolate like a fondue and everything. Probably. Well, maybe not himself per se, but maybe like an image or a bobblehead or stuff like that. Who knows? Let's just put it that way. Who knows? But overall, yeah. Overall, yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. 2 trophies minimum this season. 0 excuses, Premier League and a cup, or Champions League and a cup for all. Yeah. At the end of the day, we need at least a major and another trophy. We need 2 trophies. A major and another trophy. 2 cups, Carabao and FA Cup, are not going to cut it. I don't care if we get to the final of Champions League. If we lose to City in Premier League, literally on goal difference, I couldn't give a rat's ass. It needs to be a major, and that's about it as well. Agreed, his play over the weekend was annoying to watch. He was incredibly ineffective. Yeah, yet somehow he won man of the match from Martin Keown. For fuck's sake. Rice was even annoyed with him at some point not getting stuck into tackle. Well, that's Odegaard for you. He flops like a fish out of the water, and all this stuff, and that's about it. That's all he's good for. And hair flicks, obviously. Odegaard, Havertz needs to be sold in January. Yeah, add Jesus to that list as well. Too much action, to be honest, for Arsenal in January window. Because if I see Arsenal this January window sell, let's just say even one high-end profile player and sign a high-end profile player, I will be astounded. Genuinely, I will be astounded because we haven't had a big January signing since, well, Aubameyang, haven't we? And that even also was only because, well, we sent Sanchez to Man United in exchange for Mkhitaryan. The whole fan base was pissed off. Like, that also is the other thing. I'll drive Captain to the airport myself. I personally help you with drive all that. Did you see Odegaard for the build-up to Villa's second goal? He was in no man's land. Yeah, he was like the lesson. That was the captain. That significant. That signified us as a club and as a team. The way Odegaard defended that. Odegaard isn't even good enough for MLS. He's good enough for USL League One. Well, might be a stretch even then. Might be an even stretch then. Yeah, he definitely wouldn't win MLS with Inter Miami. Let's just put it that way. David Beckham wouldn't even sign him for Inter Miami, it seems. Let's be frank here. But what are your predictions for the Club Brugge game? How do you think the game is going to go and how do you think it's going to finish? What are your predictions for this? What are your predictions? What are your predictions for the Club Brugge game? Because technically I want to win, obviously, but it's going to be a weird one. To be honest, even with the team you're seeing on the screen right now, we should be able to win. Let's just put it that way. For lack of a better word, we should be able to win. Big up BBK. Big up BBK. Hope you're doing well today, brother. 3-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal. 1-1. That is Hendon's signature move. He always goes 1-1. Everything that what Tony Adams said about Odegaard was nothing but gospel. We're learning why Madrid, Madrid bin him Odegaard like that. I much rather have taken Isco, to be honest. Odegaard is like a kid who's the teacher's pet who will snitch on you if you ask for homework answers. Yeah, definitely. 100%. 100%. But like that, yeah. 2-0 Brugge. Holy crap. Eros going rogue. 2-1 Brugge as well. Holy crap. 2-1 Arsenal. Personally, stinky 1-0. Yeah, I think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be like that. I definitely think it's going to be like 1-1, 2-1, something very stinky and very, very forgettable. Let's just put it that way. Let's just put it that way. For lack of a better word. 2-0 Arsenal. I don't think this game matters. Just get back into winning ways. To be honest, sure, we need to win. We definitely need to win this game without shadow of a doubt. We definitely need to win this game. Will we? We should, but like we have 5 out of 5. Like that is the case. We have 5 out of 5. So even taking a job would not be the worst case scenario. But team against like Club Brugge, we should beat Club Brugge, and the last 2 games don't even matter whatsoever. That will not matter whatsoever. The issue with this is Arteta will want to maintain the winning record in Champions League. Arteta will want to maintain the winning record in Champions League, so he most likely is gonna go for it. And don't be surprised if Saka starts or Rice starts and players like that start. So an academy players, yeah. Just facts. Why you think exactly? Why do you think Real Madrid let Odegaard go so easily? It was just like that is the case. It was very light work for them. Like they didn't even give a second thought for it. Put him out on loan to Arsenal, and after that, Arsenal just decided to buy him, and they just went, "Well, hey, you want him? Just go and take him." Well, come on, man. Portsmouth away should be a win, light work, but it's the 3rd round. Arsenal probably gonna play in the white kit, and we all know how we play in the white kit. So definitely, it's gonna be an interesting one. Why are you finally just understanding? Have you seen how Chelsea sell their players to us? Chelsea are never going to sell their best players to us. But players like Sterling and Madueke, Kepa, and all these, they just going to, take them, plus give us some cash, and it's all good. It's always like that. Good teams don't let their best players go. They let players go who are not good enough for the team. And good teams see that fact year or 2 before the shit hits the fan. Unfortunately, with Arsenal, they see it year or 2 after shit has already hit the fan. It's kind of vice versa. It's kind of reverse roles in that regard, unfortunately. But hey, being an Arsenal fan should be a full-time job that pays very handsomely. I'm not gonna lie. Genuinely, being an Arsenal fan should be a full-time job that pays very, very handsomely, to say the least. For lack of a better word. That should be the case. We always get second-hand wardrobe from Chelsea. Yeah, it's like second-hand store. We just go there, see some old clothes, used clothes, and all this stuff. Yeah. We are like that, definitely. Definitely. Chelsea could sell the dirt to the players' football boots too. Yeah, 100%. They could sell last year's cut grass at the Stamford Bridge to Arsenal. They literally could do that. And Arsenal would take it, because it would be a smart investment for the training ground. It would be something in those lines, 100%. But hey, I guess it is what it is. We will have to deal with it until something changes. Well, hopefully. Hopefully. But will it? I'm not too sure. Not too sure. But yeah, Arsenal on Wednesday. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm not going to lie. When Arsenal play at 8 p.m. UK, so I'm not going to be live on Wednesday. Tomorrow, there are some good games, I'm not going to lie, but hey, need to stream tomorrow, so I'm definitely not going to be there. 16 likes, people. Smash the likes and subscribe. Gotta run, great stream. Big up, Cooper. Big up. Big up. Love and respect to you too. Have a nice evening, and have a nice Tuesday to you as well. But yeah, just as Cooper is bouncing, I think I'm going to bounce as well. So people, if you haven't already, smash the like and subscribe if you are new. Hopefully you had a great stay here. Hopefully you had a great Monday. Have a great day tomorrow as well. Tomorrow Champions League kicks off once again. Let's see how that pans out. Tomorrow Inter Milan versus Liverpool, isn't it? Tomorrow it is Inter Milan versus Liverpool. Gonna be interesting how Liverpool are gonna look and how they're gonna play. But yeah, for today I am signing off. So take care, stay safe, and have a nice evening. Peace.